Hi, dear Music Store television viewers, and welcome to Music Store TV. Today we are in the PA department, and I'm here with the mighty Simon Phillips. It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's mighty fine to be here.
All right.
I'm feeling so mighty.
That's great. That's great. So you inspired so much generation of drummers. My question is, which drummer or drummers inspires you?
Actually, again, a lot of generations of drummers inspired me. I mean, when I was very young, I was listening to people like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich and Louis Bellson, because in the early 60s, that was kind of what was going on, you know? I wasn't so much aware of bebop or post-bop at that age because I was kind of too young.
Okay.
But I was really into big bands. And then as the rock and roll movement started to appear, I got into Chicago, or originally called Chicago Transit Authority. Danny Serafin, one of my favorite drummers. Blood, Sweat and Tears, Bobby Colombi, Keith Hartley, John Heisman. And then I discovered Billy Cobham, and that was a big change of life for me. Plus, as well as these famous drummers, I was always going to studios with my dad. He had a band for many years, and he had great drummers, but nobody really knew who they were. They were London session guys, you know, but really great. So I got the opportunity to sit behind from 6 years old all the way up till 13 when I started doing what they were doing in the band, watching and listening very quietly, not opening a sweetie wrapper, not coughing because the red light's on, you know. So I got a great first-hand experience of being in on a recording session. So studio etiquette and the way the whole thing works I just grew up with. So I was very lucky like that. And then, of course, I get older and other great drummers, Steve Gadd, Lenny White. Wow, I mean, so many. And then, of course, the younger drummers, which they're probably my age, actually, Dennis Chambers, Dave Weckl. And then you realize there's just so many. Terry Bozzio, I mean, Ian Pace, he's a bit older than me. I love Ian's playing. Bonzo, John Bonham, and then you realize that there's an awful lot of really good players around. Then you realize this is difficult.
So now you're on tour with your band Protocol.
I am.
How is it going so far?
So far it's going very well. We've done 6 shows, and we've got a little break now, and that's why I'm here, because I have a little break. Tomorrow night we play Hasbergen. We do 2 nights at Gaster Garage.
All right.
And then on we go. We do. We have 32 shows minus 6. It's 26 to go. We're doing the Ingolstadt Jazz Festival, Leverkusen Jazz Festival. We go to London. We do Ronnie Scott. So we got a lot of traveling to do.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Behind us is the amazing Star drum
Yes.
kit, the Star Maple.
Yep.
What makes it so special for you?
Well, it's beautifully made for a start. It's a very warm, rich sounding instrument. The interesting thing is when this arrived, actually not this one, but my first Star kit, which is in Los Angeles, it's actually Burgundy Sparkle, which I'd forgotten I'd ordered. I thought I'd ordered a wooden finish because there was a lot of problems with ordering the color. I think I must have ordered it like 4 or 5 different times because they kept coming back to me, Hoshino, and said, "So sorry, we cannot make this color."
Okay.
And I think the issue is there's so many drums, they couldn't get like the right batch to match everything up. So they kept coming back and said, "So sorry." So I'd pick another color.
Okay.
And then, a few days later, "Oh, so sorry, we cannot do this color." And I said, "What color can you do?" So I thought I'll have something totally different. And I ordered burgundy sparkle.
Yeah.
And then it takes about 3 to 4 months for them to build a kit like this with all these shells. So by the time it arrived, I'd forgotten.
Okay.
And all these boxes arrive, and I'm like, wow, okay. And I get a cutter, right? And I open the first box, and and I pull it out, and I go, what? Oh no, they sent the wrong color. And I leapt into the control room, went on to AOL, and tried to find all my old emails.
All right.
And I went, and I did find it, and I went,
Okay.
oh shit, wow, I'd forgotten all about it. And I went back and I looked at it, and I went, it ain't so bad.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a gorgeous color, but
Yeah.
I was just surprised. So that was kind of funny. So I prepped the kit, which a brand new kit takes about 8 hours.
Okay.
Because everything is new.
Yeah,
Nothing,
yeah,
to set all these heights, set these new tom-tom holders took a while to tune them. It's a lot of time. In fact, I did it over 2 days
Okay.
because I didn't have a clinic to do. I was just home,
Yeah.
And I had my Monarch kit set up as well.
Okay.
And I thought I wanted to see what the difference is,
Yeah.
right? So acoustically, the Monarch kit is a little brighter, and this is a little kind of darker, a little fuller, right? So I just assumed that the Monarch is probably a louder kit.
All right.
When we actually mic'd this up to record, the first thing the engineer said was, my assistant, he said, this kit is louder. I said, no way. He said, yeah, I'm having to turn all the mic gains down 1 notch, which is on a Neve is 5 dB. I went, no, you're kidding me, really? For some reason, it just kicks out more actual volume, but it doesn't sound like it. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah. That's bizarre.
I know. So, once we'd set our levels and stuff and I started recording it, it sounded like my kit. So I was happy. And then after you play it a little bit, you then really get the feel for it, how it feels. Because every shell feels different, Bubinga kit, for example, is a very brittle wood. It's very hard.
Yeah.
I feel it.
All right.
When I'm playing it, I go, wow, this is, I'm getting more feel out of it, like more shock out of it. You have to get used to it. This is really lovely to play. It's you can play it really quietly and it still sings, So every instrument is different. Guitar, horn, trumpet, piano, everything feels different.
Yeah.
So there's a period of time you have to get used to it. Also, it's this is not, but it was a brand new kit,
Yeah.
and the shells have to be woken up.
Mm.
They're, at the moment, before you play them, they're just a bunch of wood, glue, and metal,
Yeah.
and plastic
Yeah.
for the heads. That's all they are. And then once you tune it and start playing it, and it resonates, it then slowly turns into an instrument. And the more you play it, the more it opens up.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Same with cymbals.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to open up. I think it was Art Blakey. It was either Art Blakey or Elvin Jones.
Yeah.
He said, when I get a new cymbal, I take a pair of beaters and I roll very quietly and then very loud to wake the cymbal up.
Okay.
And I do exactly that.
Yeah.
And because I just read it somewhere, I went, well, that must be really cool to do, And it does. I think you have to wake them, it's like Frankenstein, you've made the monster,
Yeah.
but now you've got to wake him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he comes to life. It's the same with an instrument.
All right.
Yeah.
So, one last question, Simon. Could you sign the snare drum for Facebook contest?
Absolutely.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I have a pencil here.
All right.
Nice Tama Soundworks.
Yikes.
It's not tuned.
It is definitely not tuned, but yeah, it looks nice though. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anything to put on it? Like the competition or anything, or just sign?
No,
Just
just
sign. Okay, I'll do
sign
my
it.
usual. There we go.
All right. This is very cool.
Great. Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, into the camera.
All right.
Simon, thanks a million for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you.
More information you always find on Simon's website and on musicstore.com.